Lumberton Township is a township in Burlington County, New Jersey, United States. As of the 2010 United States Census, the township's population was 12,559, reflecting an increase of 2,098 from the 10,461 counted in the 2000 census, which had in turn increased by 3,756 from the 6,705 counted in the 1990 census. Lumberton was incorporated as a township by and Act of the New Jersey Legislature on March 14, 1860, from portions of Medford Township, Southampton Township and Eastampton Township. Portions of the township were taken on March 12, 1924, to form Hainesport. The township was named for its early lumber industry, with pine trees cut down to supply wood used in Philadelphia. In March 2007, Lumberton was identified as having the most active community of eBay buyers and sellers on a per capita basis in the United States, with 46,000 items posted on the site over a 3-week period by members based in the Lumberton zip code 08048. History. The original 17th-century farms in the township's southwest revolved around the unincorporated community of Fostertown. The farms had been formed following removal of forest. The village of Lumberton grew out of two bordering towns, Eastampton, settled by Richard and Elizabeth Ayres in the late 1600s. Eastampton was the first substantial settlement in this area and became the center for commerce because of its sawmill. The history of some of the homes in Lumberton date back to the times of slavery. Each generation of descendants removed from the first settlers differed in opinion about slavery. The spectrum changed from advocacy and tolerance to passive and active resistance. Many locals began to advocate for its abolition in New Jersey, then nationwide. One home, still located on Creek Road in the township, has been documented as having been a site on the Underground Railroad. The home was originally built in 1824 by D.B. Cole, a descendant of the founders of Old Colestown, New Jersey. The deed to the land where the home sits dates back to 1806, when the Coles purchased the land from the Moores of Moorestown. The story goes, and has been documented, Charles Blogson's Hippocrene Guide to the Underground Railroad, that a fag well that once rested in the backyard of the house served as a chute for slaves to slide down in order to hide from the slave masters as they fled to Canada. The town was also a site for Project Nike during the Cold War. In the event of a nuclear war, Nike Ajax and Hercules missiles were to be launched from bases in Lumberton and other neighboring bases in order to prevent the Soviet Union from bombing Greater Philadelphia. Geography. According to the United States Census Bureau, the township had a total area of 13.056 square miles, including 12.924 square miles of land and 0.132 square miles of water. The township borders Eastampton Township, Southampton Township, Medford Township, Mount Laurel Township, Hainesport Township, and Mount Holly Township. Unincorporated communities, localities and place names located partially or completely within the township include Brown, Eastown, Fostertown and New Bolds Corner. Demographics. At the 2010 United States Census, there were 12,559 people, 4,540 households, and 3,237 families residing in the township. The population density was 971.7 per square mile. There were 4,719 housing units at an average density of 365.1 per square mile. The racial makeup of the township was 70.99% white, 18.93% black or African American, 0.24% Native American, 4.71% Asian, 0.04% Pacific Islander, 1.55% from other races, and 3.54% from two or more races. Hispanics or Latinos of any race were 5.86% of the population. There were 4,540 households, of which 38.7% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 56.2% were married couples living together. 11.0% had a female householder with no husband present, and 28.7% were non-families. 24.0% of all households were made up of individuals, and 9.2% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.73 and the average family size was 3.28. In the township, 27.4% of the population were under the age of 18, 7.8% from 18 to 24, 25.6% from 25 to 44, 28.7% from 45 to 64, and 10.4% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 38.5 years. For every 100 females there were 92.3 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 89.1 males. The Census Bureau's 2006 to 2010 American Community Survey showed that median household income was $82,250 and the median family income was $102,276. Males had a median income of $71,475 versus $54,452 for females. The per capita income for the borough was $35,294. About 5.6% of families and 5.0% of the population were below the poverty line, including 6.3% of those under age 18 and 1.3% of those age 65 or over. As of the 2000 United States Census, there were 10,461 people, 3,930 households, and 2,731 families residing in the township. The population density was 813.0 people per square mile. There were 4,080 housing units at an average density of 317.1 per square mile. The racial makeup of the township was 78.31% white, 13.75% African American, 0.23% Native American, 3.38% Asian, 0.02% Pacific Islander, 1.90% from other races, and 2.41% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 5.15% of the population. There were 3,930 households, out of which 39.2% had children under the age of 18 living with them. 54.9% were married couples living together. 10.9% had a female householder with no husband present, and 30.5% were non-families. 25.1% of all households were made up of individuals and 9.1% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.61 and the average family size was 3.17. In the township, the population was spread out with 28.1% under the age of 18, 6.2% from 18 to 24, 35.6% from 25 to 44, 19.0% from 45 to 64, and 11.1% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 36 years. For every 100 females there were 91.2 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 87.6 males. The median income for a household in the township was $60,571, and the median income for a family was $70,329. Males had a median income of $46,045 versus $32,431 for females. The per capita income for the township was $25,789. About 2.6% of families and 3.8% of the population were below the poverty line, including 3.2% of those under age 18 and 5.9% of those age 65 or over. Government. Local government. Lumberton Township is governed under the township form of government. The 5-member Township Committee is elected directly by the voters at large in partisan elections to serve 3-year terms of office on a staggered basis, with either 1 or 2 seats coming up for election each year as part of the November general election in a 3-year cycle. At an annual reorganization meeting, the Township Committee selects one of its members to serve as mayor and another as deputy mayor. As of 2016, members of the Lumberton Township Committee are Mayor Sean Nealon, Deputy Mayor Mike Dineen, James Conway, Louis Jackson and Michael Mansdorfer. Federal, state and county representation. Lumberton Township is located in the 3rd Congressional District and is part of New Jersey's 8th State Legislative District. New Jersey's 3rd Congressional District is represented by Tom MacArthur. New Jersey is represented in the United States Senate by Cory Booker and Bob Menendez. For the 2016-2017 session, the 8th Legislative District of the New Jersey Legislature is represented in the State Senate by Dawn Marie Adiego and in the General Assembly by Maria Rodriguez Gregg and Joe Howarth. The Governor of New Jersey is Chris Christie. The Lieutenant Governor of New Jersey is Kim Wadenia. Burlington County is governed by a board of chosen freeholders, whose 5 members are elected at large in partisan elections to 3-year terms of office on a staggered basis, with either 1 or 2 seats coming up for election each year. The board chooses a director and deputy director from among its members at an annual reorganization meeting held in January. As of 2015, Burlington County's freeholders are Director Mary Ann O'Brien, Deputy Director Bruce Garganio, Amy Bellegarde, Joseph Donnelly, and Joanne Schwartz. Constitutional officers are County Clerk Tim Tyler, Sheriff John E. Stanfield and Surrogate George T. Koch. Politics. As of March 23, 2011, there were a total of 7,481 registered voters in Lumberton Township, of which 2,406 were registered as Democrats, 1,827 were registered as Republicans and 3,241 were registered as unaffiliated. There were 7 voters registered to other parties. Among the township's 2010 census population, 59.6% were registered to vote, including 82.1% of those ages 18 and over. In the 2012 presidential election, Democrat Barack Obama received 3,508 votes here, ahead of Republican Mitt Romney with 2,504 votes and other candidates with 53 votes. Among the 6,108 ballots cast by the township's 7,956 registered voters, for a turnout of 76.8%. In the 2008 presidential election, Democrat Barack Obama received 3,756 votes here, ahead of Republican John McCain with 2,476 votes and other candidates with 53 votes. Among the 6,315 ballots cast by the township's 7,661 registered voters, for a turnout of 82.4%. In the 2004 presidential election, Democrat John Kerry received 2,924 votes here, ahead of Republican George W. Bush with 2,637 votes and other candidates with 42 votes. Among the 5,617 ballots cast by the township's 6,832 registered voters, for a turnout of 82.2%. In the 2013 gubernatorial election, Republican Chris Christie received 2,173 votes here, ahead of Democrat Barbara Buono with 1,235 votes and other candidates with 41 votes. Among the 3,493 ballots cast by the township's 7,917 registered voters, yielding a 44.1% turnout. In the 2009 gubernatorial election, Republican Chris Christie received 1,847 votes here, ahead of Democrat John Corzine with 1,650 votes. Independent Chris Daggett with 174 votes and other candidates with 32 votes. Among the 3,724 ballots cast by the township's 7,656 registered voters, yielding a 48.6% turnout. Education. For pre-kindergarten through 8th grade, public school students attend the Lumberton Township School District, with an average increase of 80 to 100 students per year. Lumberton has been one of the fastest-growing school districts in South Jersey. As of the 2011-12 school year, the district's 4 schools had an enrollment of 1,624 students and 109.2 classroom teachers, for a student-teacher ratio of 14.871. Schools in the district are Florence L. Walther School with 347 students in pre-kindergarten to 1st grade, Ashbrook Elementary School with 342 students in grades 2 and 3, Bobby's Run School with 361 students in grades 4 and 5, and Lumberton Middle School with 574 students in grades 6 to 8. For 9th through 12th grades, public school students attend the Rancocas Valley Regional High School, a comprehensive regional public high school serving students from 5 communities encompassing approximately 40 square miles and comprising the communities of Eastampton Township, Hainesport Township, Lumberton Township, Mount Holly Township, and Westampton Township. As of the 2013-14 school year, the high school had an enrollment of 1,968 students and 115.0 classroom teachers, for a student-teacher ratio of 17.11. The school is located in Mount Holly Township and is part of the Rancocas Valley Regional High School District. Students from Lumberton Township, and from all of Burlington County, are eligible to attend the Burlington County Institute of Technology, a county-wide public school district that serves the vocational and technical education needs of students at the high school and post-secondary level at its campuses in Medford and Eastampton Township. Transportation. Roads and highways. As of May 2010, the township had a total of 64.85 miles of roadways, of which 45.64 miles were maintained by the municipality, 17.11 miles by Burlington County and 2.10 miles by the New Jersey Department of Transportation. Public transportation. New Jersey Transit provides bus service in the township on the 317 route between Asbury Park and Philadelphia, and on the 413 route between Camden and Burlington. Burlington bus service is offered on the B1 route between Beverly and Pemberton. The Flying W Airport is located 1 mile southwest of the Central Business District. Notable people. People who were born in, residence of, or otherwise closely associated with Lumberton Township include Pat Delaney, former mayor of Lumberton who served in the New Jersey General Assembly from 2010 until his resignation in 2011 after disclosure that his wife had sent emails critical of Democratic candidate Carl Lewis. Ryan Finley, professional soccer player who plays as a forward for the Columbus Crew in Major League Soccer. Clifford Ross Powell, politician who served as acting governor of New Jersey in 1935.